So the first stage is the screening for eligibility. Second stage is project concept. And the third stage, detailed project solution. So in terms of the timeline, the competition begins on August the 6th, when the website will be live and open to competitors. So from the 6th of August, which I believe is next week Friday, you can begin to go online. We will advertise the website address, and you can go right on there to find out all the eligibility criteria. We will then announce the winners. The competition will end with the announcement of winners on December the 16th, 2021. So we have about 4 months to carry out this exercise. This is a detailed program for the competition. Here we are at the inauguration, and the website launch next week. Publicity, stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. Now there will be prizes. And the first prize that's been offered is a 500,000 naira cash prize. Second prize is 300,000 naira. The third prize, 200,000 naira. And there will be consolation prizes for finalists. So we appreciate the fact that it takes a lot of effort to partake in these sort of competitions. So for those who are able to go and reach the final stage, there will be some form of compensation for them. There will be other prizes as well, but we do not know what those are yet. And as I've said, the grounds are still open. We'll be happy to take on sponsorship of all sorts from companies at the show. Once again, my committee members, whom I'm very happy to be with, want to thank you for your participation. And I think at that point, I'll say thank you. So that's it. So do we have perhaps 1 or 2 questions? Otherwise, you can just wait till the website is up next week, and all the information will be there. Oh, there is a question. Please, to the gentleman. Microphones, please. To the gentleman in the middle here.
I'm Town Planner Nathaniel Atebije. I think it is really, really very impressive to have this committee in place, and very nice way of transferring the baton to the next generation. I just want to reason aloud, against whatsoever might come, that I don't know how people are going to compete at this level. Is it that they are going to compete as individuals, or they are going to compete as teams? Because affordable house is not delivered by one person. It's delivered by a team. Thank you very much.
That's a very good question. Yes, we've deliberated on that, and we will accept single entries. We will also accept group entries. We actually expect that most entries, as you have rightly said, will be in groups. Thank you. Any other question? Microphone, please, to the gentleman in the white.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kabir Gano. I represent Branson Hammers. It's more like a contribution, not a question, actually. I strongly believe Branson Hammers also needs to contribute to this. We're one of the biggest developers in terms of affordable housing. We're building about 6,000 houses right now in Abuja. So we want to actually contribute. We want to consider maybe the winners for possible job employment if they are youth.
Thank you very much. That's a good one.
We also want to make monetary contributions as well in terms of the winners as well. Maybe, I don't know. We're not sure of the figures yet, but that's something we will discuss.
Super.
Yeah. And we also want to know if there's still possible consideration for expansion in the committee as well. We also want to be part of it because we believe we are one of the biggest contributors in terms of affordable housing in Abuja.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There will be a design competition committee which will be independent from this general committee. So that will have representation from many of the professional bodies and other people. So perhaps there will be a chance at that level. But thank you very much indeed. Thank you. I think on that note, there's one more question. This will be the last one, then,
one lady,
so that we can move ahead. Last question.
Thank you very much. Please, I would want to know, is this open to youths from other states in Nigeria?
This is open, and let me just mention this, the first criteria, to all youths, those who have qualified within 10 years. So if you've qualified 10 years ago, you've been practicing in whatever profession, you don't have to be an architect, you don't have to be an engineer, you can be anything. You can be an artist. But once you feel you have an idea that can disrupt this industry, please bring it to the table. So, yeah. So maximum, generally speaking, we would expect you not to be more than 40 years old. That is if we were to put an age, but we haven't actually put an age. What we've said is you should have qualified no more than 10 years ago. So we assume that you're either a student or a young professional. Thank you very much. So on that note, on behalf of my committee and I want to thank you all very much again. Barrister Festus, thank you so much for the confidence reposed on us. We would like to promise you that we will not fail you by the grace of God. Thank you.
Let's give them a round of applause for a wonderful job. A job well done. All right. So just before they go back to their seats, I'd like to call some of our guests, special guests, to come decorate them. So do we have the sash for the decoration? Permit me to invite the president of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. Sir, please come forward. And that of building as well, the president. And then we'd like to invite the MD of Family Home Funds.
So please join us.
Please join them.
For the inauguration.
Are they being decorated?
Now, this team is the President, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners. We invite you, and the President of Nigerian Institute of Building, representatives of the construction of the built environment, then Mr. Low Cost Housing himself, that is the MD of the Family Home Fund. I want my friend, the MD of Brenna Hammer and the Honorable Commissioner for Housing, Lagos State, to please join to inaugurate this beautiful team who are signed to begin the journey to get our youth into real estate. With this opportunity, the architect will be able to relate with builders. Builders can now freely relate with town planners. We want to create a foundation where they can interact freely. The winner may not only be one person, they could come as a group. An engineer could merge with an architect to come up with an idea, just as my chairman has said. At this point, Mr. President, up to you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I really don't know what the Chief Executive of Aihs wants me to do. Probably just to formalize this, that we are all seeing respectable women and men who are going to anchor this competition. And on behalf of us who are witnessing this, I want to congratulate you all, and we look forward to a successful outcome. Let me say that the future of every organization is in its youths. So, and the more we pay attention to our youths, the better for us. I like one thing that Hakim said in the previous session. He said we should move from harmful competition to winning collaborations. And this is what I've been saying to vice chancellors that I have met. I've been on a nationwide tour. I've been asking why the town planning student cannot be facilitated by the surveying student, cannot be collaborated with by the architectural student, cannot be supported by the engineering student, so that from school, they learn collaboration. And when they graduate, they will not be afraid of themselves. And I think this is a good idea from Aihs. So, Chief Executive, thank you for this privilege. You want us to take photographs with them? All right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's quite interesting to witness this development is quite laudable, but I have an observation to make. Most of the problems we have in the industry is from the side, and that was how the concept of buildability came into being. That is why they are designing. Let those that we confront on site come and look at the design. They'll rub that minds together and see the area of problems during construction and how to eradicate that ab initio. So, on that note, I would like to recommend that you have a builder in your team. Young builders from schools, how we are trained, all of us were working together. So when the design, they place on the board architectural drawings, you look at the areas of challenges while constructing, that in future, cost of maintenance might be unachievable. That is, there will be problem maintaining this building in the area of external facade and so many other things, placements of windows, a lot of technical things. And I think if you do that at the end of the day, what you are bringing out will witness minimal corrections. On that note, I think I also inaugurate this committee. Thank you.
I would like to hear from the MD of Family Home Funds.
Sorry, I think this is breaking protocol because I have all my big brothers here, my commissioner, but let me just say what I have to say very, very quickly and get off the stage. I think the first thing is that this is a fantastic idea. Indeed, the fund tried to do this last year and it didn't work. So I'm absolutely delighted that Aihs has been able to put together a strong team. In the work that we do in the Family Homes Fund, I can't think of anything that is more important to us than ensuring that we have designs that are appropriate for people on low income. And one of the big observations that we have had to deal with is that increasingly architecture schools, planning schools, quantity surveying schools are no longer training our young people about how do you meet the needs of people on low income from a design perspective. And that has taken a huge amount of our time working with our customers to try to resolve that problem. I think this is a solution, or at least the beginning of a solution to our own problem. And in that regard, I want to make a gesture that the Family Homes Fund will sponsor the first prize winner. In addition, we also make room to ensure that it is not only designed, but actually those 5 first prize winners, and some of them we look at, actually get built. And we will provide financing for that building. Thank you very much.
Keep a date with Housing Development Program every week on TVC. Housing Development is the first and pioneer housing program in Nigeria and by extension Africa. It remains the authentic voice of the Nigerian housing and construction industry. Housing Development is the only credible and specialized platform for seasoned professionals in the build industry, where quality and credible players in the real estate sector meet to interact, showcase, and analyze government policies. It is no doubt that hundreds of thousands of prospective Nigerians who desire to own their personal properties have done so through the assistance of Housing Development Program in the last 10 years. If you are a stakeholder in the build industry, here is where you must be. We are authentic, credible, and supported by all the leading professionals in the build industry. Housing Development on TVC.